Oh.
Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Triple P, TRIPPLE and I am your astrology pimp, your astrology prophet, and your astrology priest. And today's Seven Seals Astrology Prophetics video topic will be purpose over women. So this video is actually a continuation of the last video that I created stating that men should become more selfish. And the reason I'm creating this video as a complimentary video is because this is one of the things that I told the young man what he needs to do. And for you, those of you guys, please go ahead and watch that video. Man needs to become more selfish because, like I said, I got a new client, a new student in the dating game, and he told me a situation about the female not calling him and so forth, and he's the one doing all the calling. And but anyhow, go ahead and watch that video. This is a continuation of that as well, because what I told that young man, I said, hey, one of the reason you are so enamored about this girl and you are pursuing this girl to such a degree is because you do not have any purpose. You do not have any something that you find to be your passion. Feel like you do not feel like uh, there's something outside of the relationship that makes you happy. That is what I told him. And he said, yes, that is true. I do not have anything that actually makes me happy other than spending time with this girl. And that is what I said to him. That was a no. In the game, if you have somebody in your life and all you do is spend time with that person, that is actually a turn off. And like I said, you guys know that all of my videos in the dating series is all about satisfying a woman's hypergamy. So men tend to become closer when they spend more time with a woman, and a woman becomes more distant the woman becomes more attached the more time she spends away from the man. So again, this young man does not understand the game, so he wants to spend every minute, every day, every hour with the girl, and he wonder why the girl doesn't call him as well. Why would you have to call somebody when you see somebody every day, every minute? And it's not like they even live together. At some point they did live together. They did have some type of strong connection where they was living in the same home, but after a period of time they separated. Not separated, they moved away because they had some type of financial situation. But the moral of the story is, though being apart physically, he was there always, every minute, calling every all day, 3 4 times a day. And so that itself was not necessarily a good thing. In fact, like I said, it may sound like women want a man to pay all of that attention to them. They may say stuff like that, and they may say, "Oh, I want my man to call me, and I want my man to do this." Yes, they might want a man to show some type of interest, but when a man just actually calls them all day, every day, and the man does not have any purpose and he does not have any pursuing any of his passions and everything, that is actually a turn off for most women. In fact, I would say that is a turn off for all women because, again, hypergamy will not be met when that happens, because now you see a man spending so much effort and interest putting the woman on a pedestal, on a golden platter, and the woman is first in his life. So I try to tell this guy that, hey, you need to actually pursue your purpose, you need to pursue your passion, you need to pursue your dreams, you need to pursue your goals. And the fortunate thing is he does have a job. So I try to explain to him, hey, take advantage of the fact that you have a job, so you could actually take some of the side money that you have instead of just doing spending it on drinks and whatever the case may be. And that is another reason why you have to be on your purpose, because what happens is when you are not on your purpose and you're not on your grind, in most cases now there's going to be a void that needs to be filled, and that void is going to have to be filled some way, one shape or another. And in most cases, the guy or woman or male is going to fill that void with alcohol and drugs and destructive behaviors. And that is what I see happening with this young man as well. It happens to a lot of young people as well. You know, they have a job, they work, and then as soon as they get off on Friday, it's all about the party. And I was that way too for a very long time. I don't want you guys to think that I just evolved overnight, but at the same time, at some point we must evolve and grow up, and we must prioritize, because what's going to happen is, if your purpose and your purpose is not your priority, everything else and everyone else would be a priority. And so, like I said, that void can only be filled for a man when he is following or pursuing his purpose and his passion. Fortunately for women, women can pursue their purpose and their passion as well. Unfortunately for them, some women tend to actually find joy and happiness when they are actually a part of a man's purpose and passion as well. So if you're a man, for example, let's say you're a man and you have a particular business, that is a good thing. If you have a business and you could actually have your wife or your girlfriend or whatever become a part of your business, women actually tend to be happy when they're actually assisting men following their dreams and their goals and passions. They tend to be more feeling like there is something, there is a part of them, because women are usually following men in almost every aspect. Whatever man does, women tend to follow the lead. So if you are a guy and you don't have any purpose or any passion, again, you will not necessarily find true happiness in anything else. So that is the purpose of a man, to find his purpose and find something that he really is passionate about and wants to pursue. So I try to tell him that is what he needs to do first and foremost, because if he does not have that, he thinks that the girl is going to make him happy. He thinks that the partying is going to make him happy. But that is, those things are all temporal. Those things are something that's going to happen, and he's going to feel great about it one day, 1 minute. He's going to feel happy and enamored about it. But over a period of time, having hangovers and having all the quarrels and the fighting with the girl and all that, then over a period of time, that happiness is going to fade away as well. But when you're on your purpose, there's a certain type of joy, there's a certain type of feeling that comes along with that, that cannot be duplicated from anyone. That is why I told him also as well, he needed to actually try to spend some time alone, which is another obstacle that most individuals cannot do. Most individuals do not have the ability to spend time alone. That is why, again, they call me Triple P, Pimp, Prophet, and Priest. And if you guys watch my very first, very foundational videos, all of those videos are spiritual topics, talking about know thyself and know who you are and all that. That is a part of what I teach also. I teach spirituality, I teach dating coaches, and I deal with astrology from a prophecy perspective. I give astrology readings and all the stuff I do. And all this is connected to knowing thyself and bettering thyself. So I told him that, if he does not have any purpose, he's going to actually uh, be led astray. So the best thing you can do is maybe spend some time alone. And again, like I said, most people do not have the ability to spend time alone. Almost nobody wants to be alone, and that is a bad thing, because there's nothing wrong with being alone. It's one thing being alone, and it's another thing being lonely. You could be alone and not feel lonely, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It is okay to be alone, and I believe when you start to pursue your purpose, that loneliness actually will go away as well. And Shaq, I shouldn't say I believe, I know for a fact that loneliness will go away, because now the void is being filled and you're going to actually find something that actually brings you real joy and real happiness, and it's not going to be so fickle and fluctuate like a friend or a girlfriend. Someone come in your life, they go. Sometimes your girlfriend is happy, sometimes she's mad with you, sometimes your friends give you attitude, sometimes they're with you, sometimes they're not. Your purpose and your passion is not going to be that way. It's going to be consistently the way it is always. Whatever effort you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. You put a lot of effort in it, you're going to get rewards. That is not the way it is in relationships. You could put a lot of effort into your friends and you get no reward. You could put a lot of efforts into your relationship and you get zero reward. So it is all about putting effort into something that is actually going to give you the return that you expect to be consistent. And so, for example, when I think about purpose and a man on purpose, I thought about Warren Buffett. I think Warren Buffett, I'm not wrong if I'm correct, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think Warren Buffett is like 95 years old. And I think Warren Buffett is still not retired. I think Warren Buffett is still working strong and coming to work every day and putting in time and hours and making. And the guy has enough money for generations. It's not like he's doing it for money. He doesn't really care, but it's keeping him alive. 95 years old and still not 95 years strong and still going strong. I think he's still alive. I haven't heard he died, and I think he still is not retired. He's still acquiring businesses, whatever he does, but he's a big businessman and a big mogul, if I'm a business mogul, if I may say, a well-respected man inside of the business world, and everybody knows who Warren Buffett is. So again, Warren Buffett would be a good example. Why do you think Warren Buffett does what he does? Do you think he's doing it for money? No. He's doing it because that's what he loves to do. That is what is keeping him alive, and that's what you see. Most individuals, they tend to want to retire. They can't wait till they retire because most individuals are working on a job they don't love. They're working in a job that actually is not benefiting them psychologically, mentally, emotionally. They're not growing on the job. They're just going to work every day because the job is giving them some positive benefit, maybe good insurance or 401k, shit like that. That is what most individuals stick on a job for, despite the fact they hate the job. But I'm sure Warren Buffett loves his job. He loves to go to work. And he knows, I'm sure there's challenges as well, but I don't think he would be able to do what he did for that long if he did not like what he does. At least he had to like what he does. I don't think he's just doing it because of money. Because if it was for money, he would have retired a long time ago. Because, like I said, Warren Buffett has generational money. Warren Buffett has money to pass down from generation to generation to generation. So I don't think he's doing it for money. He's doing it because of his purpose. His purpose and his pursuing the passion that he has, acquiring businesses and whatever type of conglomerate type of thing he has going on. That is what he does. But that is an example of a man pursuing his purpose and having more than enough, but still living every day as if the next day is a new day. Warren Buffett, like I said, is 95 years. Most individuals don't even live to see 95. And most individuals, if they are 95, they are in some type of decrepit way. They're physically almost about 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out. So Warren Buffett is very fortunate in that aspect to have the health that he has. I'm sure he's a person maybe not has done too many harmful things himself, maybe next to none. I don't think he could have lasted long if he was being very destructive to his health and his mental state and all that. But I think his purpose was something that he was pursuing and his passion as a businessman from thousands and thousands of years ago. And that is why he was able to last so long in the game and be so healthy and actually and still be strong and all that stuff. And that is what I told the guy that he needs to find something that he's passionate about. And even if he's not passionate about, find something that maybe he might be interested in at voice, something that maybe he might think he wants to really pursue. And if he needs to go, even have to go back to school, I told him to go back to school. Even if it's not whatever, it doesn't even have to be, it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be a community college. It could be even some trade school. It could be anything. Not even a trade school. Go and try to do some internship or some apprenticeship program, something of that sort, where you could maybe learn a different skill so you could pursue something maybe that you always was gifted in. He seems that he was gifted with his hands and having mechanical skills, but he's doing something completely different than what he was actually gifted in. So maybe he need to go and take some type of mechanical class or mechanical course and try to get a job as a mechanic or something of that sort. He's very young. Take another 2 years off from not off, but take another 2 years pursuing something of a career that he really is gifted in. He already has, like I said, mechanical skills, but he's not doing anything with his hands. He's working in a particular field that he does not even like. He's working in a field that he's not even really enjoying at all. He goes to work with a frown on his face, and I try to tell him, hey, keep your job, don't leave your job, but go and actually pursue something else. Over a period of time, you will actually find something that you actually want to do. I'm going to give myself as an example. This YouTube channel is very brand new. This channel is probably even a few months old. I only have a few videos, but actually when I first created the channel, I started off with a spirituality concept, and then I started off creating the videos, not having a real, being consistent, if I may say. I was sporadically doing the videos, here and there, whatever the case may, every couple of days. I wasn't really sure what I was really, again, this is new to me too, so again, but at the same time, I love teaching, I love talking, I love educating, I love sharing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Again, not just with dating and just spirituality, religions, dating, all type of different philosophies and different deep spiritual topics. That is what I am about. That is why they call me Triple P, and that's why this channel has 3 different topics on it, because I'm covering all of the 3 things that I actually am passionate about. I'm very passionate about spirituality, and if you see me when I talk about spirituality, there's no profanity. I'm not talking about any profanity. If you see me talk about some bitches and the hoes, then you would hear some profanity. And however, at the same time, I'm starting my astrology series because someone asked me the other day, they said, hey, how come they call you Triple P and you always talk about this astrology, but you have 0 videos? You have 0 videos about astrology. And I told the guy, I said, hey, I'm creating this channel and I'm building on 3 of these things at the same time. So I'm actually working on some astrology videos, but I have not just posted them as yet. I want to actually have a few a few other videos, and then I'm going to post all of them at one time. So I'm actually working on that as we speak. And then when you see those videos, look forward for those videos. Most likely I'm going to put those in a folder, and then you guys can watch some astrology stuff as well. And that is what I do, also give astrology readings and all that stuff. And that is one of the things that I do that sets me apart from all of the dating coaches and all other spiritual teachers, because I use astrology actually to see what my clients are actually, their strengths and their weaknesses, where they're strong areas they're strong in, areas they're weak in. I use astrology so I could see the deeper picture, the hidden characteristics of that person, and then I could use that to put game on top of that and help them with the ism, with the pimping and all that. And then I also use astrology to get predictions and all type of things and so forth. Then I use astrology for spiritual reasons as well. So again, back to me, like I was saying, so I have so much things going on right now. Like I said, the channel is very new. In the beginning, I was not necessarily consistent. I just was kind of creating the videos, here and there, whatever the case may be. But after a period of time, I realized that I have to be consistent. And I'm not creating the videos for to make any money as yet, because I am actually using the video just to bring awareness. And after a period of time, after I have accumulated so much awareness, then I will actually, you will see. But I'm using this really for business to some degree, and I'm fortunate, luckily for me, I am fortunate enough to be in a position to whereas I don't necessarily have to rely on this on AdSense. So I don't have to rely on getting anything from YouTube as yet. Again, this is all about me just bringing some awareness about what I do and who I am at first, because I'm fortunate enough in that area that I could actually wait. I don't care how long it takes. Like I said, these videos are new. I just have some videos up and they still have 0 views because they are brand new, and it's going to take some time because I notice, I understand what I have to do. I'm not looking for some overnight fix, so I'm determined to say at least put, well, at least a year in solid, and after I get like maybe, I'm just making this up, say 100 videos strong, 100 and some videos consistently in long form, then I'll be on my way. But again, this also is a learning curve for me as well. So that is what I was trying to say, is that looking at myself, I have this YouTube channel. I'm an astrologer. I teach life coaching. I do life coaching, a dating coach, and I do all of the spiritual stuff on this as well. So it's not that like I just actually, I'm sitting down doing nothing. So now what I try to do is I try to create, at least this is my goal, is what I try to do for this year. It's 2026 right now. I try to actually create 1 or 2 videos every week, long form. And then I also created another channel called Triple P. You guys can check that out. That is where all of my shorts, or I'm putting all of the shorts, all of these very long videos. You guys, I know most of you guys are watching these long videos, and some people don't like long videos, and especially my videos are very long. I must say that they are very long. So some people don't even like those long videos. So what I'm doing is I created a very different channel called Triple P. I think you guys can go and check that out as well. And they have all the shorts on that channel. So if you want to see what some of these long form videos are about, you should go check out the short form videos, Triple P, and then they're going to tell you, give you an example of what, or a taste of what the long form videos are going to be. So I just created that short form video channel again called Triple P. I just created that channel, and so that channel, that video channel, I'm going to actually try to pursue creating a few videos every day. Again, unless something goes wrong with my health, or something goes wrong drastically in the world, in my life, or something, and I can't really pursue it, then I would not. But for the most part, my goal is to actually create uh, 1 or 2 long form videos every week, and then once a week, 2 times a week, and then I'm going to create uh, a few short form videos every day, you see. And then on top of that, I'm creating an astrology course. I'm doing some, or creating an astrology course, and that is something that I'm working on as we speak. And then on top of that, I'm creating a few videos that has to do with astrology, but I have not posted those videos as yet. Expect to see those videos pop up sometime soon, very soon in the future as well. So that is what I'm trying to say to you guys. And plus, on top of that, I have other things going on in my personal life as well. I have family members. I have other things. I have other responsibilities going on. So I'm actually literally busy. So I don't even have the time to say, waste any time talking about, giving someone my time and attention that is not actually worthy. That is why I said over and over and over and over, you guys have to literally be on your purpose and be on your grind and literally be busy. This is something that you can't necessarily, you're not trying to fake. This is not something that you're doing just to try to impress a bitch or a hoe. You literally need to be on your purpose. You need to be on your grind, and you literally need to be busy. So again, when you become busy and you find your purpose and your passion, you're not going to just go and give anybody your time who just comes along and say, hey, spend time with me or talk to me. No, that's not what the fuck you're going to do. You're going to actually try your very best to actually use your time wisely and utilize all of the time you have in your life to do things that's going to be conducive to your growth. And so therefore, but you need to have a purpose and actually in order to do this. So that is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You cannot just fake this until you make it. You have to actually literally be busy. And I'm even thinking later down the line, what I'm going to do is over when I actually get everything, the channel pops off and the business is kind of more booming and all that and getting the recognition. Later down the line, I might actually, I have it in the back of my head to do it, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. But I even think I'm going to write a book or two, and I'm going to do that later down the line to further, solidify when the success is actually being made, and I actually know all the ups and downs, and I've actually experienced all of the challenges, and I could tell you guys how I went from this to that level to that level. But that's what I was trying to tell the guy again. He literally needs to be on his purpose. He literally needs to find something that he could do or he wants to do that is going to be beneficial, not just to him, but something that could be beneficial to the world as well. Because if you find something that you want to do, and especially if it's beneficial to the world, that's something that he's going to actually have to find on his own. I love talking to you guys about these bitches and these hoes. I love talking about spirituality, and I love talking about astrology, despite the fact you guys have not seen any astrology videos as yet. So again, like I said, I'm not doing this at this time really for any views or anything. I would like to get views, I would like, but I know this is going to be a long-term game. This is something that I'm going to have to do over a period of time. I understand how YouTube works. I understand Rome was not built overnight, and so therefore I understand I'm going to actually put in a little bit of work. But again, like I said, I know this, but I'm fortunate enough to be able to put the time and effort into it and not rely on anything. I'm not relying on this for any money because I have other things going on where I'm getting my money from, but at the same time I am utilizing this to expand more in the areas that I'm actually doing right now. So that is why I'm talking about three different things: astrology as an astrologer, and I'm talking about dating as a dating coach, a marriage counselor, all these things and so forth. And then also the spirituality, I do talk about that as well, spiritual transformations and things of the sort. So I have a lot going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm not faking this. I am literally busy. And this is why I try to tell the guy he have to actually find something that he wants to do, and he has to find something and that's going to make him feel good. Because again, if that void is not filled for a man, that is very difficult for a man to actually be happy in a relationship when he doesn't feel like he actually know where he's going in life. And once that purpose comes about, then like I said, you're gonna have to learn to be alone for some time. And that is something that is a challenge for most individuals. Most individuals cannot spend time alone. He has to be, him or anyone for that matter of fact, especially if you're on your purpose and your grind, you're gonna have to learn how to spend time alone. That is what I'm saying. You're gonna have to come to a point to where you actually need no one and no thing. Only thing you need is you and the breath you take to wake up every morning. And that's what I'm saying. Once you're still here every day, it's another chance for another, progress and so forth. But you have to come to the point where you don't even need a friend, you don't need sex, you don't need a girlfriend, you don't need anybody. Might need your mom and your parents and your family and things of that sort. You need those people to be in your life. But as far as what I'm saying, other superficial things, you don't need anything. You don't need a party. You don't need bitches. You don't need hoes. You need to come to the place to where you go in the monk mood and you just buckle down and you don't even have the time and the energy, and you choose wisely who the fuck you give your time and your energy to and all your resources to, because time is vital and time is of essence, and time is something that we could never ever get back. So that is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And the sooner you start doing this and the earlier you start doing this at a particular age, the better for you. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching all my videos for such a long time. And like I said, again, check out the Triple P channel, and that is spelled Triple P with two P's, TRIPPLE.P. Check that channel out. That is where all of the short form videos are at. The short form videos are actually snippets that were taken from the long form videos. So for those of you who might not be interested in long form videos, go and check out the short form channel Triple P, and you'll see all of the snippets that I'm taking from the long form videos. But again, like I said, I'm busy, and I've not even converted all of the long form videos as yet. I've just only did a few, but I'm trying to at least deliver a few short form videos every day. So again, with that being said, I thank you guys so much for sticking around, watching. Please continue to subscribe, like, and share, and all that good stuff. And as usual, if you all, please, 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 discontinue, stop believing in illusions, delusions, and hallucinations. Triple P, and I'm out.
Oh.